Okay, so welcome to part 4. Okay, so before we explain or we go to what's happening on the image, let's cover this sign. Okay, as you can see, it's a prohibition sign which has a 60 and there's a yellow and it's painted in yellow, probably meaning it's a temporary sign. And on the top left of it, there's a small yellow circle. Okay, so in this instance, we're dealing with the flashing yellow signal light. Okay, what this sign does is that the flashing yellow signal indicates or warns you of a hazard or a regulatory sign ahead. So it's important to slow down when you see one and proceed with caution while obeying the regulatory sign. So basically, the sign is just telling you that further ahead, you're going to come across the prohibition sign of 60 kilometers speed limit maximum. Okay, so it's telling you this sign is upcoming or whatnot. Okay, so yeah, so it's basically telling you that a regulatory sign, which in this instance is a 60 maximum speed limit, is ahead. Okay, meaning look out for it. Okay, so let's move on to the image. What we're looking at the image, right, is what we call overhead. Okay, we call them overhead traffic lights. Okay, so the overhead steady green arrow. Okay, if you see a steady green arrow displayed overhead or on top, or on top of your head while driving, on top of the car, like over, once you look up, okay, like just like in the picture, you see the traffics are on top, they're over, over your head. Okay, so when you see a steady green arrow displayed overhead, it means you are allowed to drive in the lane indicated by the arrow. Okay, so if you see in the picture there, the overhead green arrow is saying that, you can pass through these lanes. Okay, so as you look up and you see a green arrow, it means, okay, you're in the right lane, drive in that lane. And then another type of overhead sign, it's the red cross. So what it means is when there's a steady red cross displayed overhead, it means you're not allowed to drive in the lane indicated by the cross. So if you see in the image, there's a red cross overhead, meaning that when you see one, means that you should not drive in that lane. Okay, and then there's an overhead steady yellow arrow. Okay, a steady yellow arrow right overhead indicates that the lane ahead is closed, so you should safely move or safely switch into the next lane in the direction of the arrow. Take note, in the direction of the arrow, as soon as it's safe to do so. So you see on the image there, the arrow is pointing to the right. So it's saying, hey buddy, don't use this lane. Instead, use the lane on your right hand side. So yeah, that was fun though. So those are called overhead traffic signals.